What's going on, everybody? GemMint here, and I'm back with another omnibus haul. It's the first omnibus haul in the new Gempire 2.0, and I'll talk about that in just a little bit here. Now, the purpose of these omnibus hauls is really to showcase the book. Sometimes it's material that I've already read, like Something is Killing the Children. Sometimes it's stuff that I haven't read yet, but I'm interested in. So we kind of look at how the book collects the material. We look at the artwork, what kind of bonus material, and so forth. With that out the way, I did pick up the majority of this haul from organicpricebooks.com. So if you're looking for any collected editions, whether they're omnibus, oversized hardcovers, absolutes, manga, whatever, make sure to check out Organic Price Books and use code GemMint. It'll save you $2. All right, guys, let's jump into the deluxe edition for Something is Killing the Children. Now, when you see my year-end room tour, you'll notice that I need to drastically rebuild my independent section. So this is definitely one of those that's staying in the PC. All right, guys, here we go. The first book, Something is Killing the Children. This is the oversized hardcover with the slipcase. So you have like that mask they wear on their face. Here is the spine of the slipcase. The back is the same. $70 price tag. Here is the bottom. And then here is the actual spine of the book. All right, and then the front of the hardcover itself. So Erica Slaughter on the front. You got the creators. The spine we just saw, and then here is the back. So it's just $50 if you got the regular hardcover without that slipcase. All right, so Something is Killing the Children is a book that I've been reading since it came out with issue 1. I've been reading the single issues. Love this series. So the first hardcover collects the first 15 issues of this series. And I believe after issue 15, it kind of changes arcs, if I recall, right? So chapter 1, you have Erica Slaughter. She's a monster hunter. There are these monsters that roam in real life that only children can see, and they eat children, right? That's hence the title. So James Tiny in the Fourth. Here's what one of the monsters looks like. Here's Erica Slaughter. So the first 15 issues is her arc as a monster hunter. These monsters get out of control in this town, kill a bunch of children. The police are trying to figure out what happens, and it leads to this big standoff, which obviously we're not going to spoil. I like the grittiness of the artwork. I like how Erica Slaughter is a household name almost, right? It's like they created this character that's almost like a Ripley, almost like a action movie or sci-fi superstar that transcends comics. So I think that was pretty dope. And then after this volume, they go back to Erica Slaughter's origin. And I've always said it during the new comic book day reviews that I feel like the second arc was even stronger than the first, which says a lot. This is basically an idea of what you're getting here. Erica Slaughter fighting these monsters, and then one of the children dealing with the aftermath. So here's the to be continued. Let's see what it has in the back here. Looks like it's a interview with James Tiny in the Fourth, Werther Deladra, Miguel Muerto, the creative team here, some sketches, Erica Slaughter, and this is where her monster lives inside of this little plushie, if you will. And that's all you get with the deluxe edition. All right, guys, on to the Omnis. So we have Savage Avengers by Jerry Dugan. This is Conan being introduced into the Marvel 616. Let's take a look at it. All right, guys, here we go. Savage Avengers by Jerry Dugan. Got the cover with the Savage Avengers team. So I read, I think the first arc of this is where they first got the rights back to Conan and they threw him into this Avengers book. Here's the spine. I'm currently reading Savage Avengers. I think it got renumbered though, and they're in the future in 2099. This collects issues 1 through 28 plus annual 1. Also collects Savage Avengers 0. $100 cover price here. Let's take a look at the inside. All right, as always, on the left, we have a biography of the book here. And on the right, the creators, Jerry Dugan, Mike Deodato Jr., and Patrick Zurcher. Wraparound cover on the omnibus with Doctor Strange, Magic, Black Widow, Conan. Got the black interior pages here. This was actually a copy that we got from Marvel, so big shout out to Marvel Comics. I want to jump into this. I read some of it, but a lot of it I have not. Like I said, we bring Conan into the Marvel Universe, and I know where it leads up to with the fact that he's essentially a time anomaly that needs to be erased, and that's what brings Deathlock into this mix, and Deathlock is a character who you wouldn't expect him to be. So it looks like we have covers after and before issues. That's pretty dope. I like the artwork here. Very like sketchy and artistic, although it does look like it changes up here a little bit. Got a bloody Wolverine, Elektra. They definitely pulled out all the big hitters, Venom, to make this an interesting team. And you know what? From what I've read, I really dug this series. I mean, where it ended up going with the whole Deathlock 2099 stuff. Got some Doctor Strange action here. Let's go to Limbo, Ilyana Rasputin. You got Deadpool. Here goes some more Venom. Yeah, Kang and Doctor Doom. Yeah, so it looks like it's got a lot going on here. I need to catch up on this and bridge the gap between that first arc and where we're at now with the 2099 stuff. So this omnibus is the perfect opportunity to do that. As I said, it collects that whole first volume. In the back, we've got some bonus material, a Mobius cover. That's amazing. All right, so we got some more variants. A lot of Simon Bianchi. Here's Mike Deodato, of course, Scotty Young. We got a Carnage Elektra. Nice rap cover. Valerio Shitty, Boss Logic cover. That's cool. Alex Horley with the painted cover. And then we got some inked pages. Ghost Rider. All right, very cool. All right, next up, y'all, we got a blast from the 90s, the New Warriors, volume number 2, super thick book. Let's jump into it. All right, so here's New Warriors, volume 2, Fabian Nicieza and Derek Robertson. Beautiful artwork on the cover here. Nice big spine, New Warriors logo, Speedball on the spine of this cover. And here's the back. You have all the issues that it collects, $125 cover price, and it collects New Warriors 27 through 53, plus annuals 3 and 4. But you get the Night Thrasher mini-series, issues 1 through 4. You get issues 32 and 33 from X-Force. Then you get Night Thrasher 11 through 12, Nova 6 and 7. You get the Ash Can for New Warriors and material from Night Thrasher 1, plus some Marvel Comics Presents material from 122, then 159 through 163, Marvel Holiday Special 2, and it looks like that's it. The inside of the dust jacket tells us where we're at in the Marvel Universe during the events of this omnibus. We are during the Infinity War. So there are a lot of these issues that I've read that overlapped with Infinity War as tie-ins and such. Talks about the creative team. Fabian Nicieza was a powerhouse during this time. Then Derek Robertson, who would go on to do Transmetropolitan with Warren Ellis, and The Boys with Garth Ennis. I'm digging the wrap on the actual hardcover. It's almost like my Gem Mint logo in the background with all the comic book issues, but all New Warriors. That looks great. Almost wish they didn't ruin it with this spine, which is the same as the dust jacket, really, right? We should have probably just got a continuous image, but still very cool. All right, got the bright yellow cover page. Amazing artwork here. So New Warriors is a title that, like I said, I've read some tie-ins here and there. I never really got into this, even though this is my era. This is like early 90s stuff. The artwork actually looks awesome. He goes Speedball here and giving me like 90s Spider-Man vibes almost. So this is Speedball versus his doppelganger, right? This is Infinity War stuff, like I said. Love this double page spread of all the Marvel heroes. And the paneling, the artwork, this all looks right up my alley, but there's a lot of this material that I've never gotten into. Hoping the story as good as the artwork is. Here's definitely some X-Force stuff, right, with this whole horizontal page spread. But yeah, this screams 90s goodness, man. The paneling is dope. Like in the 90s, they went out of their way to make sure that the layout of each page was as exciting as the artwork was. So we get some Richard Rider Nova action here. Look at this, man. Dark and brooding, explosive and energetic. So the story is the only area that I'm not familiar with this here. I would love to jump into this with volume 1, obviously. I think that the contents of this book are amazing. I love how much it collects and the tie-ins with X-Force and those Marvel Comics Presents issues. Look, you got some Dark Hawk stuff here. More Night Thrasher. This is kind of a little bit more on a cartoonish vibe. Got some Fantastic Four action. Here's the Ash Can, which is a preview of the book, usually a smaller comic book. Looks like it was in black and white. Let's see what other bonus materials are in this Omni. What is this? A promotional insert. Here's like a magazine article. I remember Night Thrasher from the trading cards back in the day. Some more promotional material, Marvel Age cover. That's cool. Got Fabian on there. Here we have a Ralph Macchio introduction from the trade paperback. The 90s swimsuit pinup. Derek Robertson poster. There's some more pinups. Here, like what I say, the trading cards, Marvel Universe Series 4. I remember this, man. The 9 cards that would make up the whole page. More trading cards. And there we go. That Spider-Man booth is currently in open enrollment for their January subscription box. Not only will you get over $100 in value, which includes 5 comics, store exclusives, and variants, but you'll also get a variant exclusive to this box. For January, it's a Quested #1 with cover art by Alex Regal. They only made 600 of the regular editions, 100 of the foils, and 50 medals. Swing on over to thatspidermanbooth.com right now and sign up for their subscription box. All right, y'all, last Omni of the haul, we have Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, collecting 42 issues of this run, plus some bonus material. Let's jump into it. All right, then we have Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man Volume 1 with cover #1 here, the tarantula on the front. Here goes the spine. And then we have all of the issues it collects on the back. I mean, this is one of the reasons I got into omnibus collecting when it was Amazing Spider-Man Volume 1, because check this out. Spectacular Spider-Man, you get issues 1 through 42 plus Annual 1. You get the Amazing Spider-Man Annual 13 and Fantastic Four 218 that ties in. So you don't have to hunt down these issues. You can get the entire volume in one omnibus. Retails $125. And then on the interiors, it talks about the Spectacular Spider-Man. I want to say it's the first ongoing series spin-off after the Amazing Spider-Man. The creators, Bill Mantlo. You've got Sal Buscema, Jim Mooney, Jerry Conway, and Archie Goodwin. With the older era stuff, they get a little bit more plain on the hardcover, so just Spectacular Spider-Man, same spine, and then that 70s Spidey logo on the back. So Spectacular Spider-Man was never a series that I really got into. I kind of got into the game chasing keys, and it was a volume that didn't really have any keys, not that I can remember. The story, from what I recall, really surrounds Peter Parker, more so of a Peter Parker book and him in college. Got an intro by Ralph Macchio here. Here's issue 1 with the tarantula, and that wasn't even the first appearance of tarantula, right? Wasn't that an Amazing Spider-Man? So Bronze Age Spider-Man goodness. Now they're publishing Amazing Spider-Man and Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man simultaneously because of the popularity of the character, bringing back fan favorite villains like the Vulture. You got the Morbius stuff here. But again, like, those characters would first appear in Amazing Spider-Man, and then they would just get, you know, stories here in Spectacular Spider-Man. I still think it's super cool that they made this omnibus, adding to the very vast Spider-Man omnibus collection. I think it's an essential one. I mean, I think they should do all of them. Web of Spider-Man. They've already done Todd McFarlane's Adjectiveless Spider-Man, multiple printings. Here's Carry On, spinning out of the Maximum Carnage stuff. They do have the letters pages, so that's cool to keep that in these older Omnis. You got the Lizard here. And versus, what's he, the Swarm? I remember this bee guy. He would show up back again in the 90s as well. So here goes the annual cover. But you get the vibes here. The Bronze Age Spidey goodness. You see Morbius, we see Electro. And then in the back, so some Sal Buscema, Mike Esposito, original pages, original covers, always cool to have here. Some more of those. Get a lot of bonus materials here. Then we get into some house ads. So these would be ads in other comics promoting this title. Frank Miller special edition #1 cover. That's dope. Another Frank Miller. That's the back. These are more pages from that book. Then we have a trade paperback cover here by Mike Warango, Claus Johnson, and Kevin Tinsley. Ralph Macchio intro from a 1996 trade paperback. Todd McFarlane reprint cover. That's dope. Both of these. Got a Frank Miller introduction from 1994, and that's all from that one. And for the last book, we've got the Absolute Edition, Grant Morrison's Multiversity. I had the deluxe edition of this, and I never got into it. But with the Absolute being released, it's something that I got to grab. Let's take a look at Multiversity. All right, now the big boy, the absolute Multiversity by Grant Morrison. I like what DC's been doing with these slipcases. Like this one has these raised glossy dots on the front. They've been doing a lot of texturing and different things with their absolutes lately. It almost makes up for the very bland spine. I wish they would have done something better with the spine. And here's the back, it's got the same thing. I like that aesthetic. So $100 retail. Here is the spine there, or the bottom I should say. And then the spine of the regular hardcover is not that much better, showing the 52 universes. The art on the actual hardcover is not too bad. It's got the whole map of the known multiverse spine we just saw, and it's got that on the back. You may have seen that image many times throughout DC history, and they actually include a poster of it here. And this is what really made me interested in this Absolute Edition, because seeing this in multiple Crisis events, from Dark Crisis, Final Crisis, the Source Wall, the Monitor Sphere, you got New Genesis and Apocalypse, the Overvoid. So a lot of explanation on the, I don't know if you want to call it the Omniverse or just the Multiverse. All right, let's open it up. So you have these ships on that cover page. Here we have some credits. And then jumping into issue 1. So this collects the Multiversity issues 1 and 2, and then it has a bunch of tie-ins. The Multiversity Society of Superheroes 1, The Just 1, Pax Americans, Thunderworld Adventures, Guidebook, Masterman, Ultra Comics, and then you have the director's cut of issues 1 and 2. So here's the front. So you're getting into the multiverse stuff. Captain Carrot, you got the President Superman from whatever multiverse that was. So I've always been very intimidated by this book. You know, you're talking Grant Morrison and you're talking multiverse. I feel like it's going to give me a headache and it's going to confuse me right away. But I've read so much stuff that I feel has relied on the storytelling from this book that I got to go back and read it and get caught up. And maybe it'll help me bridge the gap on some of the stuff that confuses me during the Crisis events. You know, I got a good grasp on all the different Earths and the different heroes, whether it's heroes or even villains like the Crime Syndicate that come from those planets. So here's a good explanation. Earth 5, Earth 6, Earth 7, just showing us different versions of our heroes from these different Earths. So yeah, I have not read this material yet. I've just read a lot of stuff that kind of have tapped into the Multiversity stuff. So looking forward to picking this up. This looks like the director's cut, like I mentioned at the end. It's all black and white. With sketches. But with the Absolute Edition, you get the oversized volumes. And you know what's funny? Does this have the ribbon? This one does not have a ribbon, y'all. That's kind of interesting. I think it's one of the first Absolutes I've seen that doesn't have one. We have some variant covers in the back here. This one was by Grant Morrison. That's kind of interesting. A lot of crazy variants in the back. Another one by Grant Morrison. So kind of like a scribble sketch design. Underworld Adventures, Multiversity Guidebook covers. So you got a lot of variant covers in the back. We've got scripts in the back as well. Character designs. We got the Atom Batman. Yeah, a lot of this stuff you see bleed over into other stories. Definitely looking forward to giving this one a read. All right, guys, there we have it. That is the first omnibus haul in the new Gempire. I'm working on the acoustics. We're not all the way done yet, but hopefully I get most of that done before that year-end room tour that I plan to drop at the end of the month. Big shout out to Organic Price Books and Marvel Comics once again. Let me know which one you guys are looking forward to the most out of this haul, and stay minty fresh. Peace.